Um, this is Shalimar from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to say call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And today is April the 25th, the year 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction of Babylon the Great. Okay. So I want to go into this article here. This is a website. It's called The End of the American Dream. And this particular article goes into how the different industries are gonna, how everything is gonna slow down, and then eventually things are gonna stop. So of course, you know, that's prophecy. Different scriptures that come to mind. Second Esdras, Ecclesiastes 12. As a matter of fact, let's get these. Let's get these real quick. Before I get this article, let's go to, I'm going to start with, let me start with this, Second Esdras 16 and 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? So right now we need to just hold tight and pray. It's about to get rough out here. And you know, this article that I'm going to share is pretty much on point. Of course, it's someone's opinion mixed in with facts, but we already know the scriptures say these things are going to happen, so they're going to happen. All right, verse 19 says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So yeah, of course you see everything is getting worse and worse. The people's minds are getting worse and worse. The love of many waxing cold. People are killing their loved ones, children on on live video and sharing it. And, you know, it's just a bunch of senseless things going on right now. And after a while, all of this, you know, the crime is going to turn into, it's going to be mandatory for people to live. You're not going to be able to go to the store and get what you need. You're not going to be able to just walk down the street without no type of protection. You're not going to be able to walk down the street anyway, unless you in a cutoff area that's, you know, and you already know all those people over there and y'all good. But after a while, things are just going to get straight to no one is going to be outside. All right. You go outside, you're going to get either killed for whatever you got on you, whether it's weapons or food. Money is not going to matter. Or if you don't have none of those things, you may be the food. All right. Verse 21 says, behold, victual shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So this is what we're headed for. This is what we're headed for. But when you go up, it says the powers to be. Where is it? And the power shall stand in fear in verse 18. And that's what's going on with these world leaders. You know, they know that they're headed for destruction. Like, there's no coming back from this. You know, Trump tried to pull the United States out of debt by doing tariffs and all of this. It's just going to make things worse. It's just going to make things worse. All right. But, you know, like I said, this is prophecy. This is actually good news, because this place has to come down before Yahweh shall return and save his elect. Okay, so let's go to the article real quick. It says, an industry insider explains why coming shortages are going to be so crazy. It says the United States import $435 billion worth of goods from China in 2024. All of a sudden, most of that trade is being cut off. Tariffs on Chinese goods are now so high that it no longer makes economic sense. for Chinese companies to export these products to US or to us. It says, and it no longer makes economic sense for US companies to import products from China. As a result, container bookings are absolutely plummeting. The retail CEOs are warning that store shelves all over America will soon be empty. Yes, retailers will attempt to find replacement items from other sources when it is possible to do so. But in many cases, things that are made in China are not made anywhere else. As retailers run through existing inventory levels, shortage will begin to emerge. All right. So yeah, it goes into how much import is brought in from China, and United States don't have all these resources. Now Trump is saying that you have other companies that's begging to do business, but like they said, there are certain items that come from China that don't nobody else make. So you can expect to get things not had it, certain TVs, electronic devices, they're gonna skyrocket and then they're just gonna stop. Now this is bad for the Chinese economy and United States economy because they're making money off US and US need their products. And now all that's coming to an end. And this is actually gonna, if you think about it, it's gonna mess up everything on the planet. But hey, it's done by design, and we already know what's about to happen. It says that you know that China makes 80% of our toys. If you're going to need toys later this year, you want to stock up now. Hey, this is gonna be a sad Christmas for a lot of people, a lot of young kids. It's gonna be messed up. You're gonna be hopefully you get something to eat for Christmas this year, if we make it that far. Which the Lord need to destroy these idols and these wicked holidays anyway. So that's part of it. People are gonna start looking at things more serious now, only getting necessities. A lot of this entertainment, folly, and all of that's gonna go out the window. But I quoted a scripture earlier, and like I said, I think it's in Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. When the sound of the grinding is low, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So yeah, all this stuff is about to cease. Whatever you got at home, that's what you're gonna have. These stores are gonna be empty. Certain houses are gonna be empty. People that live in the city are gonna be completely finished. Because most people that live in the city, you don't have a month's worth of food. Just think, as soon as these tariffs hit, a month later, all hell could break loose. Really, 2 weeks later. And if you look at that movie, what is it called? How It Ends. The blackout came. Everything was normal. Blackout came, and all hell broke loose a few hours later. So, we're about to see these times. Like the scripture says, it's going to be suddenly. It's going to be a sudden fall. Go back to 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Yep. So, hey, we're coming into those times. Stores are going to be empty. That's already happening. A lot of your food, food is probably going to be the last thing in stores, and the price is going to be super high. People are going to start stocking up on food, stocking up on canned goods. And when the shit go down, They're going to be running up in houses saying what they can find after they can't go in the store and get it. So, hey, get ready for those times. And those that's not into this truth, that think that this is a game, you about to see who gets the last laugh. All right. You've been laughing at this truth, mocking, saying all this stuff is not going to happen. And now it's about to happen. So what are you going to do? All right. We told you people to name. We told you people to pray. We told you people to come out of Babylon ways. Live by the commandments the best way you can, the dietary law, keeping the Sabbath the best way you can. These things are pleasing to the Lord. And the Lord, he's going to take care of his elect. But if you're not trying to be part of the elect, hey, woe unto you. But brother's not trying to get caught up in all of that. So, hey, we're going to continue to, push this word and pray that the Lord sees favor in that time to grant us with salvation. All right, so I'm going to end it right there. I pray that this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honor to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. Shalom.